my beautiful lovelies, it's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back to yet another taste test. Today I'm going to be tasting a selection of breads that I found irresistible, and I'm here to confirm if they are worth the impulse that it took for me to buy them. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's begin with this. I purchased this simply for the name. So this looks to be a Chinese product called Cake Ugly Cake, and here's the nutritional information on the back. It has a pretty long shelf life. It says this is good until October 27th of 2024. And each one of these breads or cakes are individually wrapped. So let's see what they're about. The last time I had one of these types of sweet pre-prepared breads is when I had the 1,000-layer bread. It was a coffee flavored one. This is a little bit different. This is a cake, and it's called an ugly cake because it has this great big indentation in the middle. So a proper cake, as we think of them, would be nicely domed or flat. But all of these have a little belly button in them, purposefully. They look kind of like little mushrooms. Generally speaking, desserts that come from Asia and South Asia tend to be less sweet than the ones that you can find here in the States. So I'm imagining this to be maybe like an angel food cake, light, airy cake. Just use some scissors because this is not cooperating with me. Has an oxygen absorber for freshness. And here is the cake. It's very cute. It has one of these little muffin liners and a nice little belly button right in the middle. It smells more like bread. I don't smell a strong smell of vanilla or any kind of extract. Let's see what it tastes like. Well, first let's cut it in half because I want to know what it looks like inside. It seems nice and fluffy. Let's see. Oh yeah, it looks a lot like a pound cake. Look how tight the crumb is. Looks lovely. Look at that. That looks beautiful. Almost looks like a Japanese cheesecake. Ooh, that looks great. Peels away nicely. Another look at the crumb. Great. Alrighty, let's give this a taste. The ugly cake, or Cake Ugly. The Lucky Mouse. It is very light and airy and does have a texture kind of similar to angel food cake, but it's not as bouncy. It's kind of soft and spongy and tight, but tender. By the looks of it, I immediately think pound cake, Sara Lee pound cake. But it's not nearly as sweet as a pound cake and definitely not as buttery. There is some kind of butteriness and maybe a little hint of vanilla, maybe not. And it is sweet, but barely sweet. It's nice, but it's not what I think of when I think of cake, because I live in the States, and when I think of cake, I think of something much sweeter. It's very light and airy, kind of like foam. It reminds me of mattress foam, and it makes a very interesting sound when you tear it. Let's see if my mic can pick it up. Did you hear that? It has this kind of like airy tear to it. Very light, barely sweet, but not bad for a pre-made kind of dessert. But I think for Western palates, this would be considered not sweet enough. So maybe with a little bit of whipped cream and berries to zhuzh it up, that would definitely make it a strawberry shortcake, wouldn't it? And I'm sure it would be delicious. But as it is, pretty good. Would I buy it again? Probably not, unless I was intending on making little mini strawberry shortcakes. Then I think that would be perfect. Really quick and easy dessert to make, but as they are, they're pretty plain and simple for me. Oh, but if I put like a scoop of matcha ice cream on top, double chocolate chip ice cream on top, sold. Next, let's try this absolutely adorable little bun. Look at this. Let me take it out of the packaging so you can see it better. Look how stinking cute. I think it's supposed to be a bunny based on its ears, but look at its arms. They're made out of a hot dog. That is so, so cute. So you can see different examples of these kind of anthropomorphized buns at Chinese, Taiwanese, Japanese, Korean bakeries, where they'll take a hot dog in particular and then add a little bit of this lovely milk bread around it, toast it up, or even it'll be plain. But it's a classic favorite among children, myself included. When my mom worked in San Francisco, she would bring home hot dog buns all the time. They're excellent, but I've never had one shaped like a little bunny before, so I had to buy it. These are perfect, by the way, to have in a lunchbox. Love sending my kids off with something like this. Actually, I bought a second one for my youngest because he loves himself a little hot dog bun. So super cute. This would be pretty easy to make with a milk bread recipe. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. What part should I eat first? The ears or the arms? Arms, I say. Itadakimasu. So good. Such a throwback. First of all, the bread is fantastic. It's moist and chewy and slightly sweet. And then in combination with the hot dog, which is just a nostalgic flavor in itself, it's just a hot dog bun shaped like a cute little bunny. I mean, what's not to love? I'm curious about what they used to create the features on the bunny. What does that taste like? It's a little bit, it's chocolate. Haha, a little bit sweet and chocolatey. So you get a little dessert. There's not enough here to really significantly change the flavor of the bread. But bread is so good. This is a bigger and cuter version of pigs in a blanket, essentially. But the bread's a little bit different. It's a little bit sweeter and tender and fantastic. So, so good. This is actually cold and it still tastes delicious. It would taste even better if you popped it for a couple minutes into a toaster oven, but this type of bread actually keeps pretty well. It doesn't go stale as quickly as some other breads because it uses a special combination of water and flour that's cooked into a paste that keeps the bread nice and hydrated. Tongjo, fantastic. One more bite. And for my last taste test, I'm going to be tasting this. This is a cream donut. It's made by Seoul Dairy Company, Seoul Milk. They've been around since 1937. I've been seeing this around the internets and I said, gotta get me one of those. First of all, the packaging is really adorable and simple, and you can find this in the frozen food section, and it says to keep it frozen. So I've kept it frozen. Let's see what the cream donut is about. Oh my gosh, it's big. Look at the cream donut. It looks like a little hamburger, right? Oh, look at, oh, it's chubby. Oh my gosh. Look how chubby it is. Oh, I see some cream. It's chubby. It's so cute. It's a donut. So it's been fried. Okay, we gotta cut this open too. So let's cut this open, see what it looks like inside. Ooh, ooh. It feels solid and frozen, like ice cream. If this is ice cream, oh my goodness. Yo, that's a pretty generous amount of cream. Okay, it's like a cream burger. Alrighty, lovelies, let's give this a taste. Itadakimasu. That's delicious. So it calls itself a cream donut, but it doesn't feel at all greasy, or it doesn't taste at all greasy, or fried really for that matter. If anything, it's a little dry, the bread, but it seems enriched, maybe a little bit of egg or something in it. But for me, what really sells it is this cream. Oh my gosh. There is that fried donutty bread flavor for sure, but that cream is fantastic. It has a texture similar to ice cream where it's kind of solid when you bite into it, but not nearly as sweet. It's more like whipped cream in flavor in that sense, because there's not a lot of vanilla or any other flavorings. It just tastes like whipped cream, but with more of a substantialness to it, not just like airy foam. It's more like an ice cream in that sense, but not so sweet. That's lovely. Nice and light and airy, yet rich and decadent without feeling over the top, and not overly sweet, which isn't surprising for many Asian desserts. As I said, they tend not to be as sweet, but this is lovely. If you like eating Cool Whip out of the tub, then you will like this. This inside does not taste like Cool Whip, by the way, either. It tastes definitely of cream and has really nice mouthfeel and fantastic. Oh, you know what I think would make this even better? Again, some sliced strawberries I think would be just so good. Or a little bit of chocolate. Or if this was matcha ice cream. Anyways, at any rate, I don't know if there are any other variations. I'm sure you all will let me know in the comments, but this was very good. And this is a product of Korea. Alright, my lovelies, thanks as always for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye. I have to use all restraint not to eat all of these because you're not supposed to be eating lots of bread, but I like this very much, so I will take one more bite. Yum.